I am Noah Cortez, Spanish language interpreter here in Chicago and all the surrounding suburbs. Okay, so I'm going to talk a subject here where I'm going to protect names, okay? I'm going to protect the individual's names for now. I don't have the will to disclose, but I'm going to use maybe not surnames, but I will use name calling because that's the only thing I can. I mean, this is how I see them visually, and there's nothing I can do about that. That's just how I see them, okay? So let's start with last week. There was a trial. I went with my client. First of all, this client had dropped me for unforeseen reasons, and finally comes back with a good attitude and goodwill to hire my services. Fine. So last week we went. We had a trial, but it was continued. His opponent had to leave. Okay, fine. At that moment, arbitrator RockaBilly, that's this one, first one. She saw me show up, and she saw that I would be the interpreter, yet she didn't say anything. She's had an attitude, she's had it for me for a while now. She did a disgraceful thing to me 4 or 5 years ago, but she failed to, whatever she wanted to ruin my, defame me as a character, defame my services. This is my livelihood she's messing with, right? She has no regard for that. So there's something definitely wrong there. Everyone else that I've known, work with, arbitrators, judges, or civil people, this one likes drama. It's always about some kind of drama. And, she should be, and some other, dealing with psychopathic people, criminals, some kind of something, right? People that are addicted to some, I don't know, but she should be civil and professional. Well, no, okay, at least she hasn't been that with me. So this week we go back to, to continue with this trial that had been continued last week. Okay, so my client takes me there. I asked my client beforehand, is this arbitrator okay with me? Because I've had problems with her in the past. He said, no, it's okay, no, it helps that she's my buddy. Okay, that's the other thing too, judges, attorneys get a bad rap because they brown nose, they kiss up to judges, arbitrators, just to get their way, thinking that an arbitrator or a judge, they're either gonna like the brown nosing and the licking and the kissing, or they're just gonna see right through it and say, But either way, in this case, so we show up and she waits to the actual trial. Then we're seated there, and she starts with the insults. I don't know about you, we had a problem with you, do you remember this and do you remember that? Yeah, of course I remember, but I sat there and my client says, don't argue with her, don't say anything, and in other words, do not defend yourself. Yet, he did not defend me, so this is the thing, this is why attorneys get a bad rap, lack of prestige, dignity, integrity, spine. Other people see them as like, they sell them out, in a case where it's important for them, but then they get sold out. Okay, some attorneys do that in order to get money in their pockets. Other ones have prestige, they have integrity, they have spine, okay? And also, I've been very fortunate for this past 21 years to have acquired reputable people that, they're not going to throw you under the rug, right? The other thing too, I have Irish Catholics. I have American, the Jewish religion that, not only speak English, but they speak Spanish, okay? And so if anybody knows anything, it's them. This particular arbitrator, RockaBilly, doesn't have a clue, doesn't try to make an effort to speak Spanish, yet she wants to judge a Spanish person like myself, and she wants to, disgrace me, discredit me, ruin me, I guess, defamation of character, defamation of service, that I'm an incompetent of some sort. And why? Because arbitrator BuffaloButt, about 6-7 years, had a problem with me. She thinks of herself as a linguist and authority in Spanish. She is from a different country, so every country have different dialects. Okay, I don't going to get into so much in technicality. The thing is, she put it out there. She's the one that did the initial mental poisoning. So she poisoned the mind of this arbitrator RockaBilly. Again, doesn't have a clue about the Spanish language. She poisoned the mind of another arbitrator, ChiquitaBanana. Okay? So I had these three against me. And while at the same time, I'm doing trials in circuit court. I'm doing trials everywhere, in the suburbs, in the city, and being glorified and being thanked. And again, I've earned my respect, and I believe that most people have to earn their respect. It's not just given to you. I surely don't respect people that think that they're greater than you, that they're up here and you're down here, you're a mere interpreter. That sickens me, nauseates me, and offends me. I don't like it, because they show who they are by acting and thinking such way. I'm very much into hermetic laws, and for them to think that I'm just a regular whatever, very wrong. Very, 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 very wrong. Okay? So, but hey, they're ignorant and they want to show some kind of authority over you, and yeah, sure, you're supposed to respect them, but again, earn your respect. Every other arbitrator and judge that I've been working before is a civil person, okay? Civil in the mind and spirit. This person loves drama, and she just likes to, get in people's business without really considering the repercussions. This is why I'm not disclosing her name or any names for now, because if this doesn't work, they don't get it, then then we will go to plan B, and even plan C. I got it all figured out. Okay, so I don't want this, because again, I've had the fortunate experience of acquiring good, reputable attorneys. All right, and their clients or people that do not speak English. They have always liked me. They always like me. They respect me, and they even trust me. Okay, they trust me more than their own attorney, which are my clients. Now, I still remain non-biased. I remain impartial because I am a professional person. I'm not going to get involved in the case like that. I'm going to do the interpreting. But my job is to make them feel relaxed, make them feel not intimidated. But when you have an arbitrator like arbitrator RockaBilly, arbitrator BuffaloButt, and they want to feel, they want to try to intimidate you, and that doesn't fly with me very well, because I've been through a lot in this life. I've survived it. I've trained. I've experienced. I'm trained. I've been able to survive this whole toxicity And that's what these people do, you know. It's actually, and I'm supposed to sit there and not say anything, zip it, because, because, you know, my clients are too busy licking and kissing and brown-nosing, so this way maybe they can favor them. You know, it's an inferior way of thinking. You know, I think you get more respect if you're a man or a woman, you know, with a spine, dignity, prestige, integrity. I think you get further ahead like that, ultimately. So this is the thing. So there was another arbitrator, ChiquitaBanana. She had also been mentally poisoned by arbitrator BuffaloButt, just like arbitrator RockaBilly, who, again, doesn't have a clue about Spanish language. ChiquitaBanana does, okay? And the first time I was in trial with her, she was super critical. And, but then, you know, later she realized that I am a good person and I am competent. So she would welcome me. Oh, hello, Mr. Cortez. Good to have you here as an interpreter, I did about 10, 12 trials afterwards. So she was okay. She's not in the system anymore. She's gone. She moved on to somewhere else. But, you know, this is the thing. You know, she knew Spanish, and I earned my respect with her. Okay? So for arbitrator RockaBilly to just want to defame me, to disgrace me, to insult me, and I was supposed to just sit there and say nothing, which I did. But you know what? I left with a lot of toxicity. You know, I don't deserve it. I don't need it. I don't want it. It's insulting. She was devious to wait until the day of the trial to come up with this crap. She was devious. She was malicious. And I had to sit there out of respect for my client, who again started using my service again, only to fall back into some, you know, muddy waters here. Because, why? Because of the arbitrator. He couldn't even figure out what. And this is the thing about him too. Not defending me is pretty disgraceful, because he had used my services for not 9 seconds, not 9 minutes, not 9 days, 9 weeks, 9 months, 9 years he used my service, okay? He dropped me again for unforeseen reasons, but he comes back, and now this happens. I would think that he would, you know, have my respect, so this way he could defend me. But he says instead, do not say anything, no, okay? All right, so I sat there, I left with a lot of toxicity. This was not fair game. This was some kind of Game of Thrones, like there's superiors that I'm supposed to just take whatever insults, you know? Hey, if I deserve an insult or something, so be it. Not this. No fucking way. So to sit there and take this, it's very insulting, demeaning, and malicious. Again, very devious, because she waited to the day of the trial to come up with this. Which she could have avoided the whole thing. My client would have been happy. I would have been happy. Now there's chances that this same client that had been missing for a while will drop me just to brown house and comply with her, after he had used me for 9 years. He knows Spanish, and he even did a video testimonial for me. Okay, so, you know, to be stepping back and backtracking and doing stuff like this, not really something that he should have done. Out of respect for him, although, because he had turned around and rehired my services after missing for a while, I zipped it. I said nothing, but what does that gain me? I still might lose him as a client. I have to take it up the ass with this arbitrator RockaBilly, and it's just not a good thing, you know. It's not professional. I think, again, other arbitrators and judges have been very civil, intelligent people, you know, I don't know, educated in the way they should. This one is like I don't know. Again, she should be doing trials in criminal law, some kind of psycho ward, some kind of something, you know, dealing with people like that. But she likes drama. She loves drama, obviously. She's got this thing for me, and you have to wonder, what the hell is this thing, right? I mean, you know, she failed to defame me and to ruin me before, and now she's at it again after 4 or 5 years. Unbelievable. Okay, so I'm going to cut this short for now. I want people that are responsible to think, to watch this video, to listen very carefully to what I've just expressed. Because for now, I'm not going to take any action except this action. If that doesn't work, then I'll go with Plan B and Plan C. I already have Plan B and Plan C. So, okay, thank you for listening. If anybody wants to help me with this matter, I am open to a consultation, and I will meet with you, and we will discuss this and see how this, hopefully it doesn't have to go there. Hopefully when I'm talking like sense right now and logic, then I expect this to work. And if it doesn't work, then again, Plan B, Plan C. I thank you for listening. Again, I am Noel Cortez, Spanish language interpreter. My service is allmainstreaminterpreting.com. You guys have a great one, and I appreciate any kind of assistance. If it comes from your heart, from your mind, you want to help, I welcome you with open arms. Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care.